Happy Monday.
Happy Monday to you, and welcome to the On the Rise blog live edition.
So excited.
So excited. Grab a cup of coffee and join in the conversation. Our coffee talk chat today is going to be about the 3 most important words that you can tell yourself.
So I'm Lori.
And I'm Carrie.
And we're the founders of Rise. If you guys haven't met us before, we've been kind of hiding behind our computer and now we're coming out. But we just wanted to introduce you to what Rise is all about. We have a mission of really helping women that are feeling lost to having direction so they can make the most of their life. And we're just appreciative and excited for you guys to be part of the Rise community.
Yeah. So our Rise Tribers out there, we'd love to know where you're watching from today. So what location, city, state, but also where. So if anybody says like the bathroom stall at work, I will die laughing.
Yeah.
That's just fabulous because that would be so me. And if you're new to Rise, we just kind of want to share with you really quick that we exist to support you and inspire you and encourage you and give you the tools to help you figure out who you are, and where you want to go.
Really, so as women, we can stop pretending to have to do it all, be it all, look good while doing it, because we can't. So we always say we're functional hot messes. So hopefully you guys can be functional hot messes with us.
That's right. We'll take out the mess part, right?
Hopefully.
Yes, hopefully.
Yes.
So today we're going to jump into our conversation. We're going to be talking about the 3 most important words that you can tell yourself. And these words literally have the ability to make a huge impact in all areas of your life.
Yeah.
They are crucial to our well-being and to finding that direction that we so greatly need sometimes. So
let's kick it off.
Kick it off.
What are those 3 words? You want to tell them?
I'll tell them.
All right.
Okay. It's I am fill in the blank. And so whatever goes in that fill in the blank spot is huge. It has huge potential in your life, both good and bad. So we have to be very cautious of that.
Absolutely. Because what you say gives power to everything else. It has the ability to change what you believe, but also what you become, what you live up to, because the words that you put after that I am is like the expectation that you're setting for yourself. So when it's negative, you're setting this bar very, very low and probably meeting it. So when we're telling ourselves, because I know I do it all the time, every day, and we have to catch ourselves doing it. But when you say something like I am lazy, or I am constantly late, or sometimes when I look in the mirror more often than not, I'll say, oh, I'm so fat. Like it's just,
but we all do it.
It's the expectations that we're putting on. Okay, so my expectation is that I'm late, that I'm lazy, and that I'm fat.
And honestly,
what kind of expectations are those?
When we do that, don't you feel lazier, later, and fatter?
Yes.
Like we do. You fall into that. You lean into whatever it is that you say. So we have to be really, really, really careful about those thoughts because those thoughts are our habits. And our habits become our actions and our beliefs, and it really does our results. It changes and it filters into every part of our life. And people are listening. People are watching us, and especially our kids. They hear us.
And our voice becomes their voice. So if we're not careful, the things that we're saying to ourselves, and we think, okay, I'm not going to say it to my kids because I would never say it to my kids, or I would never say it to my friend.
Right.
But it's okay for me to say it to me. It's not, because they're listening. My friends are listening to how I'm talking. My kids are listening to how I'm talking. And if they're young enough, our voice becomes their inner thoughts. It becomes their voice. So
we should put that video. We put it on a couple months ago, a video of 2 friends sitting down, and they had written out how they talk to themselves, but they had to address each other and say those words to each other. And they were in tears.
They were bawling at the end of it because we would never dream of talking. I would never say the things that I say to me to you ever in my life, because it's nasty and it's ugly.
Why do we do that to ourselves? Why? It's because it's a habit. So you're not going to not think thoughts, and you're not going to not think negative thoughts, but you have to know what to do when those thoughts creep in, because it's life and they will. The reality is that there's something constantly playing. There's some monologue. There's some, constant stream going on in your brain at all times. And so we have to program it. We get to program it. So you have to look at it as an empowering thing where you have control over it. Instead of letting your thoughts lead you, you need to lead your thoughts. It's really important.
They say that we've got 60,000 to 90,000 thoughts every day, and 97% of them are the same.
That's crazy.
Which means that we have to be very intentional to change them, or else it's going to be that constant same words, same thoughts every single day. So we have to be intentional with like really taking those thoughts captive. But it's easy for us to say, oh, well, just be positive.
Right. No.
Let's get real and let's
Yeah.
figure out some actionable steps that
Yes.
people and us can take.
Absolutely.
Too. So
this is our get real
section.
section. Okay. So busy, on the go women, lots of things going on, right? Can't just sit home all day and think about, okay, let's be positive. Right. We want to give you real strategies. So number one is thinking about it like habit building.
Mhm.
I love to compare it to healthy eating. So let's say you want to lose 20 pounds, right? What do? You stop eating donuts. Well, you don't eat
We
as
cut
many
down on
donuts,
the number of
okay?
donuts.
We all love donuts. But you, especially with your coffee.
Yes.
Right? It's great. So you don't just take away food altogether. You replace the unhealthy food with the healthy food. So
Mhm.
it's the same concept. Now, in a week, do you lose 20 pounds? No. So in a week, are you going to reprogram all these habits and this negative
For
thinking that you
years?
have for
No.
years? Absolutely not. But you have the power to make small changes to your lifestyle and to your thought style
Mhm.
and have a huge impact. That is your choice to
Yeah.
do that. And so you need to catch those thoughts, like Lori said, and hold them captive and replace them with a positive.
And you
thought.
might not be able to do that in the moment.
Right.
It may be something where you're getting a negative thought and you forget, okay, what am I supposed to say now? So you have to plan in advance, like write down
What
something
you're
that
gonna
you
do.
say negative about yourself and say, okay, when this thought comes across, because we know it will, what am I going to replace it with?
Mhm.
And then write that thing down, because then if we can be prepared for it, we can actually take action for it.
Because habits are like, they're reflexes. I mean,
Mhm.
think about when you brush your teeth. You brush your teeth with your dominant hand. I fly through it. I should really go much slower. I understand that. But if I switched hands and I really gave it some attention and thought, it's a lot harder to do. Kind of like we did a fun thing with our group about
Yeah,
the
with the
handwriting.
workshop. Yeah. So if you want to try this test out, obviously you can brush your teeth with the opposite hand. But right now, as you're watching the video, you can even take a pen and write your name down with the hand that you normally write with. And it's probably very easy. You don't have to give any thought to it because we've been doing it for so long. But then take your pen in the opposite hand and write your name. And it takes a lot more
Right.
thought, a lot more attention. And people were laughing while they were doing it because it takes a lot more.
But if you practiced
work.
that
Mhm.
and you kept practicing it and you made a conscious effort to do that, then it would become easier
Yeah.
and then it would become second nature.
Mhm.
That's pretty incredible. It's
Yeah.
the same concept with our thoughts. Now, another wonderful get real strategy is to use technology to help us. So whatever your I am statement, your positive statement that you want, program it into your phone or program it onto your computer reminder and have it go off every couple hours. So it's in your face. It's a constant reminder
Mhm.
to you because life's going to get busy and you're
Yeah.
going to get overwhelmed. And I don't have time to think about me right now. You have to think about you in a positive way
Yeah.
because that way you can serve others in your life much more impactfully.
And I
Is that
know
a
with
word?
some
Impactfully? Yeah. Gonna go with it.
we're going with it. Some of the phones too, when you set your alarm, you can put like a little note in the alarm section,
Oh, nice.
and you can put, so when you wake up in the morning, you can say I am, and you can start your day that
Yeah.
way, like starting your day with gratitude. But
Some
you can also
people
start
love
your day
that
way.
meditation and they can do that. I have a hard time because you're
Mhm.
type A, I'm type squirrel. And so my mind is constantly going like in all different directions.
Mhm.
But having that reminder
Yeah.
in my face all the time is so helpful.
Yeah.
So helpful. Now, another great strategy is to put some money on it. Put some kind
That-
of wager, an
yeah.
accountability partner. So ask the people that you spend the most time with, maybe a couple of friends, maybe some family
Mhm.
members, maybe some coworkers, to say, hey, if you catch me speaking negatively, you have to call me out on it because
Yeah.
I'm really trying to change this habit, right?
Accountability is huge.
Yeah.
Like that makes a big difference in most things.
Yeah.
If you've got other people that are rooting for you
Right.
and that can hold you accountable to
Yeah,
that, that's
or
huge.
or check you. Like
Yeah.
maybe it's just a nonverbal cue that they give you when you're doing it, especially
That
in front of kids.
Yeah.
You know, that would be great. Like your partner could say, like they could, I don't know, put their hand through their hair or something like or something like
Me
that.
and my husband have the words chocolate cake. Like, and if I'm being nasty or if I'm saying something that he's like, check yourself, he'll be like, chocolate cake.
And how can you
Like-
not smile when you hear
Right.
the word chocolate cake?
Well, that's why we
Like,
chose that
that's
one.
just
I like chocolate cake.
fabulous. I'm totally going to steal that. I love it. See, women helping
See,
women.
there
I
you
love
go.
it. So put some money on it too,
Mhm.
because, you know, that's a great motivator for some of us.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be one of those things where like, I don't want to lose this bet with
Mhm.
myself. So until it becomes a habit, but give yourself patience, give yourself time, and don't beat yourself up if you find yourself falling back into that negative
Right.
thinking habit. Just take those captive and say, okay, now moving forward, I'm going to try to fix
Yeah.
that. It's like, you're not going to eat a donut,
Right.
but just don't eat the entire carton of donuts.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
And some people will say, well, I don't want to lie to myself and say I am something that I'm really not yet. don't think of it as lying to yourself. Think about it as giving yourself an advanced promise of what you are going to become or what you're working to become, because it's not lie when you're actually wanting to become that.
Absolutely. It goes back to visualization and positive thinking and thinking forward. I love it.
Yeah.
So I hope that you got something out of it today. We would love to see your comments. If you're watching this on replay, please comment, because we would love it. We're going to try to respond to all of our comments too. And another thing is this entire month, we're going to be going live on Monday at 11 a.m. with the On the Rise blog, Coffee Talk Edition.
We're excited.
We are excited. Yeah. And next week, we're going to be talking about how to feel grateful
when you don't. Because it's going to be Thanksgiving week coming up soon, and everyone's talking about gratitude and making sure that you're feeling grateful and expressing your gratitude. And honestly, just sometimes we don't feel like it.
We don't feel like it.
What do we do when we don't feel like it, but we're supposed to be grateful?
Yeah. So, all right.
So challenge for today before we end this is to comment below with your I am statement. We want to know what you guys are setting those expectations of yourself and what you're working up to, what you're growing into and becoming, so we can cheer you on and
we'll
hold you accountable.
We'll do it too. Yeah. We'll post ours. So, all right.
All right. Happy Monday.
Bye.
Hope you guys like this live edition. Bye.